technical analysis, this momentum indicator stochastic. So stochastic oscillator is used to predict price turning points. When the price will turn, price turning points by comparing the close price to price range. Okay. Stochastic oscillator is also one of the most important technical analysis indicator which is used in Indian market. It's a leading indicator. As the oscillator suggests, it moves within a price range. How the price moves within a specific price range is called, we call it as stochastic oscillator. So stochastic oscillator is also very, very interesting in terms of finding the price turning points to when the price will turn. So that is the thing. So this also indicates overbuying and overselling of the asset. This also indicates, like RSI, overbuying and overselling. The logic is slightly different. So this also indicates overbuying and overselling. So let me activate the library quant mode. Library quant mode. Let us activate it because we have to activate the library. Okay. So stochastic oscillator. STOCH is the name, stochastic oscillator. N fast K is equal to 14, N fast D is equal to 3, N slow D is equal to 3, MA type bounded is equal to 2, smoothing parameter is 1. So this is the momentum indicator that relates to the location of each day's close price to the high-low range of N period. Yes, somebody has to mute themselves. So stochastic oscillator is the momentum indicator. It will also indicate overbuying and overselling within the market. So the logic is if stock is overbought, if stock is overbought, buyers will soon close their trades thereby price might fall. Price might fall. So that is the overbought category thing. Similarly, if stock is oversold, then sellers will close their positions will soon close their trades, thereby price might rise. Thereby price might rise. So this is the logic behind the stochastic indicator, which is also a momentum indicator. It's also a momentum indicator. It's a leading indicator, which means it will indicate the change before it happens, or it will signal the change before it happens. Okay. So generally it will plot two lines. It will plot two lines, one a red line and another color line. And then based on the lines, you can do the prediction. Okay, so let us create the chart first and then see what all we can do. So chart series TCS.BO, comma type is equal to candlesticks. So we have the chart here. Then add RSI. I am also adding RSI, which will add a separate chart in the bottom. Relative strength index. It is around 52.313. Then we will also add stock. What is the stock indicator? Stochastic oscillator. Okay, it is add SMI. Add SMI. So you can see the chart. SMI and signal. So this is your relative strength index. This is stochastic oscillator. So all of you got the stochastic oscillator?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So overbought. In this case, overbought means in stochastic oscillator, overbought means SMI above plus 40. Oversell is SMI below minus 40. So if you look at this thing, you have plus 50 and minus 50 levels. Below minus 50 or below minus 40 is what we say sell. Overbuying and selling conditions are different compared to the RSI. RSI is 70-30. Here you can see here it is somewhere closer to zero. It's in the positive territory only. It is going towards the negative territory. Okay. And one more interpretation you can do is when SMI line crosses over above the signal line, buy. Similarly, SMI line crosses over below signal line, sell. So you can also buy and sell based on the position of the signal line and the SMI line, the two lines. Signal line is the white dotted one, dark blue is your SMI line. So if you look at this right now, they are very closer, but signal line is above the SMI line. Right now, signal line is above the SMI line. So signal line is above the SMI line. The dotted line, white line is the signal line. SMI is the dark blue line. Now it is a buy indicator. It is a buy indicator. Stochastic oscillator. Okay, all of you understood the context of stochastic oscillator. So this is also momentum thing. I wanted to plot it for what are the other companies we have done. Let us say ITC. Plot it for ITC. So ITC. Candlestick chart with stochastic oscillator. For ITC. Do it, ITC. And tell me what do you observe? Anybody is done? Yes, participants, anybody is done?
So the signal
Done, sir.
What is your inference? Is it overbuying or overselling? First. And what is the position of SMI line and the signal line? Should I buy or sell?
Sir, buy, sir.
Okay, anybody
SMI
else?
line is above signal.
Chart series itc.bo comma type is equal to candlesticks.
I think it's oversell, sir.
Okay. Add SMI. Guys, the blue line, SMI line is above the white line. You can see, right? And it is in minus territory. It is in minus 40 territory, 0 to minus 50 territory, right? So it is not even touched the 0. So what you should do? Look at it. 0, it is this line is 0. So it is in negative territory now. It went up to minus 40, which is your overselling. Now the price is moving up, but not yet. But the blue line is above the what you call SMI line above signal line. So what does that indicate? If SMI line is above signal line,
Buy call.
buy is generated. So now this is going towards this. You can see the direct blue line, right? It is going towards the 0 and might breach the 0 territory and go into the positive territory. It touched the lowest point of the overselling. See, minus territory. See, this is 0, minus 50 and plus 50. So it is in the territory of, now you can do it even if you are not understanding, zoom chart. That is the best option. If you are not able to understand, use the zoom chart thing. 2020 hyphen 1 column, sorry. Today I don't know why it is bouncing. Colon, control enter. Now you can see the lines very clearly. Please zoom the chart. If you are not able to discern, please zoom the chart. Now we can see the difference. Now the SMI line is above the signal line. So zoom the chart so that you can understand what is these lines doing actually. So now it is a buy situation. It is indicating a buy situation. And what is RSI indicating? Add RSI. See, RSI also is saying it is 62 going towards overbuying category. Now add MACD, move convergence and divergence. What it is suggesting? See, the MACD signal line is going up. White line is above the MACD line. Signal line is red color line. So you can see this also is giving an indicator. So you can plot multiple plots and then come to a decision. Not that you have to take only one indicator into what you call analysis. You can plot two or three indicators and then come up with your better judgment. So there is a chance in technical analysis where people use 2 or 3 indicators, not beyond that. Not beyond that. Predominantly, most of the people prefer one indicator. If they are not able to make a sense within one indicator, they'll add the second indicator. And then they look at the 2 indicators and then make a judgment. 95% of the times it works. And if it's not giving you a trend, then you add the third indicator. If you are still in confusion, add the third indicator. Okay, so that is how it will work. So do the same analysis for Reliance. I think we have downloaded Reliance data yesterday, right? Or sorry, not Reliance, Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance. So Bajaj Finance, SMI, RSI, and MACD. So yeah, anybody is done?
Sir, buy situation, sir.
It is buying by, it is indicating buy.
Yes, sir. By seeing the SMI line is above the signal line, sir.
So all the indicators are suggesting, oh, like RSI is saying overbuy. See, RSI is suggesting overbought, 70 above. You have to be careful. But MACD signal white line is also, MACD line is also on top. So one indicator is warning, the other 2 indicators are saying okay. Okay, so that is also there. So you have to make a judgment call here, whether you want to enter or not. All right. Technical indicators, volatility indicators. Volatility indicators. So what is the primary volatility thing? So volatility indicators are, I think volatility indicators are all lagging indicators. Volatility indicators are all lagging indicators. Lagging indicator. That means it gives you indication after the trend has happened. It gives an indication after the trend has happened. So standard deviation. is the primary volatility indicator across finance. Standard deviation. Standard deviation. So volatility. Let me check whether volatility is the same thing or not. So standard deviation is the primary indicator for volatility, standard deviation. So let us see what this standard deviation tells us. Now, what is the preference, high standard deviation or low standard deviation? What should we prefer, high standard deviation or low standard deviation? Participants? What should we prefer?
High standard, sir.
High? Why high standard deviation? Can you explain, please?
Sir, no.
Sir, high standard deviation shows high liquidity, sir. Whereas
High standard deviation shows high liquidity. Not all price movements will be liquidated. See, if the stock has zero standard deviation, you cannot trade in it. First of all, let us understand that part. If a stock has zero standard deviation, that means you cannot trade in that stock because the price is stagnant. When will be standard deviation zero? When the price is stagnant. You will see such trends when you talk about penny stocks and the junk stocks. Now, typically, we prefer standard deviation moderate to high. Even low standard deviation also will not generate that return. Because based on the concept of high risk and high return, we generally prefer standard deviation moderate to high. Because the fundamental concept of finance is high risk and high return. High risk and high return. So if you want to take that high risk, then only you can have the high return. So low risk, low return. So the volatility, if you see the chart which is being added, and then see the prediction, zoom chart 2020 -01 column. So the volatility is around 0.211. So there is some movement in the price of what you call Tata Consultancy Services. So there are price movements which are for a longer period of time. There was not much of a movement. Now there was an up. Now it is on a downward movement, but it is stagnating. Now the price is also stagnating. See here, it consolidates to the downward movement in the stock. So volatility is there in TCS, which is around 0.211. So similarly, if you chart series Bajaj Finance, comma type is equal to candlesticks. You get the Bajaj Finance stock and then add volatility. Then let us zoom the chart 2020 -01 column. So look at it. Now it went up to highest volatility of 0.48. Then now it is going down. The volatility is on a downward trend. It went into maximum volatility here. See the price deep price fall which happened in India Bull, Bajaj Finance. See, there's a deep fall and the volatility went up. And again, it is consolidating. Now it is on a standard fall. The volatility is also like a standard parameter. So volatility has to be there to maximize, but we need to be it in a controlled format, or it needs to be in our control. So, but generally people prefer moderate to high volatility stocks. Fund managers want to have high volatility as well as moderate volatility and low volatility. Generally, large caps will be more low volatility. Bajaj Finance is a mid cap company, so it might be a mid and small caps high volatilities compared to the large caps. Okay. So the primary indicator is volatility is standard deviation, so we can go with it. Then, so technical indicators. Volatility indicator. The most important is Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands are based on standard deviation calculation. Based on standard deviation calculation. Based on standard deviation. So Bollinger Bands will form two bands. It will form two bands above and below the chart, so that it will give you the support and resistance levels. It will give you the support and resistance levels. So Bollinger Bands indicate support and resistance levels. So support, when will you talk about support level? Support level, when is support level important?
When the price is falling.
Yes, when price is falling. When we need to have resistance level, when you have resistance level, when price is rising. So Bollinger Bands, based on standard deviation calculations, it creates a support band and a resistance band between which the price will move. This is based on the previous trades. So it uses the previous trades highness and lowness and tries to give us a range. Okay. Take for example chart series TCS.BO, comma, type is equal to candlesticks. Okay. So we will add Bollinger Bands. Add B bands. We will add Bollinger Bands to the chart. See, then we will zoom chart. (2020) -01 colon. So now you can see the Bollinger Bands. So based on the standard deviations, 20,2 upper and lower bands. So upper band is around 2864 and lower band is around 2569. So it acts as a support and resistance levels. It acts as support and resistance level. The white line is the what you call moving average line. The white line is your moving average line. So Bollinger Bands are very important things which are used in by many traders. And fixed is standard deviation is equal to 2. And moving average is simple moving average. The white line is simple moving average. It takes standard deviation is 2 sigma. You remember that bell curve, 1 sigma, 2 sigma and 3 sigma, right? Did you study in statistics, the 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 66 point, how much? 5%. Huh? For observations fall within the 1 sigma of the line, and then 95% of them fall under 2 sigma, 99.5 fall under the 3 sigma. Remember the bell curve, 1, 2, 3 sigma, plus and minus on both sides of the bell curve. So this is the 2 sigma. So it will add a Bollinger Bands with 20 period 2 sigma moves, and the moving average line, white line is your simple moving average. So this is the what Bollinger Bands will do. So the lower level and upper level based on the standard deviations. So Bollinger Bands will help us to find out the support and resistance levels that we can expect in future based on the historical data. Based on the historical data, we can look at these volatility indicators. Okay. So any doubts in volatility indicators? They just give us our support level and resistance levels. They might help in trading also to see whether how close you are to the top line and how close are you on the bottom line. So a B-bands based trading strategy is, we can't do a B-band strategy singularly. You have to mix it with RSI or MACD. So Bollinger Bands have to be studied in with RSI is the most preferred thing, or it can also be used with stochastic strategy. So I think I have seen Bollinger Bands with stochastic strategy in Indian market. So what we do is when the price is touching the outer line of the Bollinger Band, it may be due for reversal. See, trend reversals. See, whenever it touches the outer line, then there is a reversal. Whenever it touches a bottom line, again there will be a reversal. Most of the time it will be top resistance only it will give you. Support levels touching is very rare, but resistance is most important here. When the price is touching the resistance level, then you can expect a reversal. So that is where these Bollinger Bands are used. So when the price is touching the upper band or the resistance level, price reversal will happen. Price reversal will happen. The price will correct automatically downwards. That is most occurring scenario. When it touches bottom, it can go up, but the most important thing is the resistance here. So as long as the price is going towards the resistance, you can expect there will be some trend reversal to happen now. Now we are on the what you call support level. See, it is bouncing back the support level and going towards the resistance level. And this is your neutral line, which will tell you where you are. See, once the neutral line is there, it's like profit loss scenario. The neutral line or this moving line acts as a profit and loss scenario. So stop loss, sorry, not profit and loss, stop loss scenario. So generally traders, when it touches the white line, they become cautious because the stop losses will be triggered and the sales will happen. Again, when it touches the support line, then it will start going upwards. Now it is in an upward trend. So you can also say upper band. Here we have to say lower band or support level. Price reversal will happen. So when you look at the Bollinger Bands, you have to look at these things. So this is the understanding of Bollinger Bands, which is very important in basic technical analysis. Now, what is Bajaj Finance telling us? And always the Bollinger Bands will be plotted on candlestick chart. Remember this part also. The Bollinger Bands are always plotted on candlestick chart. Do the Bollinger Bands on Bajaj Finance and tell me what is your understanding.
It broke the resistance and moving along with it, sir.
It broke the resistance, huh? That means it is further going down.
No, sir.
Breaking resistance will go down. When it breaks resistance, there is high chances that it will go down further. Yes, it broke the resistance, right? So it is going upper. So it broke the resistance means it is going to create a new upper. So it is going to go towards, this is a very large candle yesterday. So it broke resistance means it will go further up. $4,208 last trading price. And the candle is also very big. It broke decisively. Okay, so the bands will adjust to the new high. So you can buy. So you can expect it go to up to 4,500. And the volumes are also good. Volumes are also good. So you can buy. What is RSI telling us? SMI. This letter is saying signal line is also above 50. Breach. So you have to be cautious. There might be correction. Might be correction. Okay. So these are your volatility indicators. Now let us look at our volume indicators. So technical indicators, then volume indicators, number of trades in a day, volume indicators. In volume indicators, leading indicator. This is very important, leading indicator called Chaikin oscillator. Earlier it was called Chaikin money flow. Now it is called as Chaikin oscillator. So it gives you the inflows and outflows of money from the market. From the market. So how the money is flowing in and how the money is going out is what Chaikin oscillator will do. Okay, it compares money flows to price actions. It compares money flow to price changes. Chaikin oscillator, leading indicator. So very important for technical analysis, Chaikin oscillator. So basically, what will happen if the money is inflowing? So what is happening if the money is inflowing? Guys, anybody?
Prices will rise.
Okay. Anybody else? So when you look at this Chaikin indicator, it tells us whether the market is having inflows or outflows. Okay. Above 0 indicates net buying pressure. Below 0 indicates selling pressure. So above 0. Above 0 indicates net buying pressure. That means too many buyers in the market and less number of sellers. It is jumping. Similarly, below 0 indicates net selling pressure. Net selling pressure. That means there are too many sellers in the market, less number of buyers. Okay. So Chaikin oscillator is used to find whether there is buying pressure or selling pressure in the market. If there is buying pressure, prices go up. If the selling pressure, prices go down. So if there is buying pressure, prices up. If there is selling pressure, prices down. So that is the fundamental demand and supply. Remember, then demand, high demand, high price, low demand, low price. So based on that logic, it will give you. So chart series bo, comma type is equal to candlesticks. Add this, I think. Chaikin AD. What is add CMO then? So here above 0 and below 0. Now TCS is touching below 0. That means there is selling pressure. So it is going to below 0. So accumulative distribution line, Chaikin oscillator, I think it is going towards 0. What is add EH vol Chaikin volatility. This is different. Chaikin, this is the Chaikin indicator. AD. Volatility is different. So Chaikin AD is the thing. So Chaikin indicator will tell you now based on this, I think Chaikin indicator is suggesting going towards 0. It is going towards below 0. So there is selling pressure in TCS. There is selling pressure in TCS. All right. See, what is the condition in Bajaj Finance? Tell me, what is the situation in Bajaj Finance?
Buying pressure, sir. It's moving up.
It's moving up, huh?
Yes.
Chart series Bajaj Fin, type is equal to candlesticks. At CHAD. Chart. So it is showing net buying pressure. Good. Bajaj Finance is okay. You can invest. Okay. So the last volume indicator is technical indicators. Again, volume indicators. And again, leading indicator. Leading indicator, which is on balance volume. On balance volume. On balance volume is the next technical indicator, which is also volume indicator, which is the, so it indicates the level of accumulation and distribution by comparing price and volumes. By comparing price and volume. So technical indicator, which is your leading indicator in volume indicators, is OBV, on balance volume. It indicates the level of accumulation and distribution by comparing price with volume. So chart series TCS.BO, type is equal to candlesticks add OBV, on balance volume, zoom chart, So OBV is like this. So basically, OBV tells about crowd interest and large deals occurring in the asset. Whether large deals are happening or whether crowd or many investors are interested in that thing. That is what OBV tells us. So this is saying that many people are interested. In TCS, a lot of people are interested. There is a significant interest both by retail investors and large deals are done by institutional investors, right? So crowd interest in large deals occurring in the asset is what OBV will indicate. So as per this, we can see there is considerable interest within the TCS stock. There is a considerable interest within the TCS stock. Okay, so let us see what is the interest levels in Bajaj Finance.
More, sir.
Significant interest, huh?
Yes.
Chart series Bajaj Fin type is equal to candlesticks. So there is a considerable interest in Bajaj Finance also. It's going very up. Okay, so these are the major indicators which we study in technical analysis, which some of them volume indicators not much used in India, but rest of them are widely used in India. And if you are looking at other important indicators, so if you look at the list, there are many. So the list of technical indicators are many. So you have lot of them. So these are the lists which are there. Apart from what we have done, Williams percentar is also very important. So Williams percentar is also interesting. So that is also there. Then commodity channel index is also interesting, but we don't see it in India. We don't see it much in India, commodity channel index. We have Chandi's momentum index oscillator, CMO, Chandi's momentum oscillator. So there are many of them. There are many of these oscillators and indicators are there. So majority of them I have discussed, which are very important for our market, keeping the Indian market in the country, this thing. So in your project, I'll give you 4 or 5 indicators which are not taught by me so that you can read, understand and interpret. Okay. So basically, in your project, which I'm going to assign, you will get all these indicators. So we have done 2 indicators for 4. So we have done 8 indicators here. And I will add 5 or 6 indicators which are not taught by me, but you have to read them. And the primary interpretation is based on Investopedia. There are a lot of places where you can find the what to call interpretations, but let us go with Investopedia's interpretations. So I will give one person, one large cap, one mid cap and one small cap thing. So all of them are there in our thing. Parabolic stop and reversal is there. Commodity index is there. Chandis momentum is there. It should be there. Williams R. So Williams percent R is also there. So all these indicators are there within R. So these I'll give you the list and as well as the thing. You have to do it in R and submit to me. Okay. What is the batch size? $27, huh? The batch size is 27.
28, sir.
28. So I will get the list and I will assign the companies. You have to follow those given in the companies, and accordingly you have to do it in R. Write your interpretation in R script file only, and then copy the thing into a Word document and send it to me, and keep the R project on your laptop so I may see it when I'm evaluating it. Okay. So technical analysis, we'll stop it here. We'll look at if you're not able to understand the indicators which I'm going to give, so I'll do a session on them. But next session, I want to start with fundamental analysis. So we will take the data of a company and then we'll build the revenue forecast and then calculate the cash flows, terminal growths, and then we will see these things, and that sensitivity analysis will also be done. So I will make sure the same companies for which you are doing the technical analysis, same companies will also be where you have to do DCF, discounted cash flow valuation also. Okay. Any doubts? Market commentary. Viewpoint daily. So see here. Domestic indices, global indicators, Glad Pharma, daily viewpoint is not there. Anything else? Yeah, see here. So they are using candlestick charts with oscillator, stochastic oscillator, and then it generating buy and sell based on technical indicators only. So daily review, should we go for market review? Market commentary. Daily reports are here, not daily. We want monthly. Monthly strategy report. Okay. So in monthly in HDFC Securities, Nifty chart, candlestick chart, again they have used. So cap, mid cap, 500, FTSE strategy report, benchmark yields, gold prices, currency markets, and then go on Indian markets. Demand, commodities. Monthly report is not giving us any indicators on technical. Here, monthly technical outlook is here. Sorry. So Nifty has broken down from a 2-week narrow range. RSI signals negative divergence signals. Similarly, RSI. Then what other they are using? PSU Auto. This is a monthly, IT weekly. Oscillators and RSI is widely used by HDFC guys. This is okay. So this is how people use the reports, and then weekly technical outlook 9th November. Let us see what they said in technical outlook. Bullish RSI, bullish MACD, ADX, momentum buy. So I'll give ADX also. So whatever we are doing, they are most relevant to our reports. You can see these reports free of cost. IDFC, ICICI Securities, HDFC Securities. You can look at other securities like Edelweiss. You can also look at I don't know, Carvey might have stopped them, but earlier Carvey was also doing these things. So you can look at these reports and understand the signals. You want the code?
Yes, sir.
MACD was done yesterday. This is session 6. Okay, I uploaded the session notes. So now what we have to do, we have to take this attendance sheet. Session. Okay. So guys, you have any doubts? You can ask me now, or we will end the session. Any doubts?